Roll the titles. But I thought after quite a long time of getting criticism for my mobile phone that I would actually do it a little favour and just give it some praise, kind of long overdue praise, but nevertheless it's some praise. So people these days are always turning around to me and they're going, oh my god, I've got like the latest iPhone, I can't wait to get the iPhone 5, I've got the Xperia something, I've got what is it my mum's got? I can't remember what she's got. It'll probably come to me at some point during the video. HTC Desire. It took me 5 minutes, and yeah, I've edited this video, so it took a second, obviously. But I am really happy with my phone still, and it's like pushing on 3 years old now. And even when I did buy it, it was, let me get this right, it's £40, £46. I don't know what this is in other currencies, by the way, so if you want to have a look into it, Google it. But £46, and that was with a £10 top up. And I got it on the O2 network because it was cheapest on the O2 network, and it was also cheaper to buy it from Asda, which is owned by Walmart, than it was to actually buy in an O2 store, which is really, really weird. I don't get it, but hey ho, that's how it rolls. The reason I like my phone so much is because it has lasted. I mean, I went through a phase for quite some time with phones, and like, you know, all across different brands and everything, where the battery life on them was just dire. I mean, like Nokia, right? I had one of their phones. I had to put it on charge every 4 hours, and if anyone ever rang me, had to put it on charge, otherwise I wouldn't be able to speak to them. If I wanted to listen to music, I'd get about 20 minutes before I had to put it on charge or it would just die. That was with 3. I found out that their customer service is absolutely dire, and from having kept up to date with mobile phones and other companies' customer services, I found out that it is quite still dire. But anyway, I digress. My phone is the Sony Ericsson W395. For people who know about cheap mobile phones, they'll know that yes, this is kind of years old and probably out of date for what Sony Ericsson want me to talk about in this video, but I don't give a shit, it's my phone, I will talk about it. Like I said, it has lasted near enough 3 years, and one of the main features that I got on this phone, and this is kind of why I'm still using it, and yeah, so one of the main features is that it has these 2 speakers. 2 speakers for twice the noise, and this phone can be quite loud. If you get the settings right, you've got a pretty loud phone on there. And whereas other phones that I've heard, like the iPhone, when you're playing music through the speaker on the iPhone, for me personally, who works as a DJ, it sounds terrible. There is like no bass on that at all, and no matter what settings you put it at, there is no bass coming out of that speaker. It's also not the loudest of phones as well. So if you're in a room at a house party and there's like 10, 15 other people in that room, you put your music on your iPhone, not everyone's going to hear it. Put it on this phone, you've got it loud enough that people standing near you at least can actually sing as well as listening to the music. Maybe the bottle of vodka helps as well. Only maybe though. Of course it'll be more down to like my great ability to buy a decent phone that lasts. One of the other things which I found out about recent phones, and this is only from having observed the people around me, is that they are full of faults. People expect way too much from their phones these days, and suppliers are not able to keep up with that. They can't build the technology to last. If you get a phone and it's got loads and loads of features on and it can connect to the internet in 0.2 seconds and all this sort of stuff, you're guaranteed that it will have the worst battery life ever. There are countless software faults with BlackBerry, and this is across their whole range. You only have to Google this for a couple of minutes and you'll find out the problems that these big companies have with these smartphones. But if you try and have a look for people who are having problems with this phone, you're not going to get that far because there aren't actually that many complaints about it. It does everything that I want it to do. It connects to the internet. The service provider that I've got with this phone, which is giffgaff, link below, the service provider that I've got, they actually get me onto the internet quite fast. So this phone is able to handle that. I've got on it Mini Opera or Mini Opera 5, however you pronounce it. But that's a great feature to have on this phone. It's still an application and it gets you anywhere you want to go on the internet. And the even better thing about it is if you have got age-restricted content flashing up on your phone every time you try and connect to the internet or a certain website, Mini Opera overrides that. It will go onto any website that you want, and it's a really handy feature, trust me. The other great thing about this phone is the fact that it has lasted. I've got a friend, Sean, who has had to return her BlackBerry phone in the space of 1 year numerous times and for a whole host of different problems. It's the same problems that my mum and my brother had when they got the Sony Ericsson C905, a phone that was meant to be out there, latest technology, best camera, worst phone ever. Like, seriously, didn't they stop production on that after like a couple of months because it was that bad? Well, that's what I got told, but I don't know how true that is. I don't even know if they make this phone anymore. Like, seriously, it is that old now. I don't think they make it anymore. But look, and this is something that not only I can follow along to on this one, but the next time you go out looking for a phone and you're actually buying it with your own cash, don't always go for the really, really expensive one with the latest features. Let that do its own thing. If you want that phone, wait at least a good 6 months when that has come out. Have a little look through Google, find out what the complaints are of people, find out if they get their problems resolved, and then go and buy it if you're happy with it. I didn't even have to do that with this phone. I went out and I bought it because I needed a phone and this was cheap. But this has lasted. Like I said, it's near enough 3 years old now, and it's still going as strong as the day when I first got it. So that's kind of all I can tell you about my phone. The only one thing that I have a problem with, and I haven't been able to try any in between, but I have at the moment I think it's a 2 GB memory card in there. And the phone that I had before was a Sony Ericsson with the micro SD card. That was at 8 MB. But this phone won't take that. That's my only thing. I don't get why it won't take it, but I don't know. Maybe if you know about this phone, you can let me know. So that's kind of my advice on this one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.